What up, what up, what up? We are back on another episode of Whiteboard Wednesday, and today we are breaking down cover one. We're breaking down why we use cover one, when we use cover one, and the benefits of that, all right? So the first thing we got to understand is why. Cover one is a single high defense coverage, all right? So when do we use it? We understand why it's a single high defense coverage where we play man-to-man across the board on all eligible wide receivers. Also, we use it when we primarily have the advantage in the pass game, but most importantly, we're trying to load the box in any type of run game. That's the most important thing to understand, all right? So usually what you do is when you use it, usually use it in 20 personnel, 21 personnel, maybe 22. What does that mean? The first number is the number of backs that you have. The second number is the number of receivers or tight ends that you have, okay? So now we're using it mainly in a two-back set, right? So we're looking at a two-back set here, a true pro formation. What you'll see a lot of defenses do, especially in college and in NFL, is you'll see a lot of cover one looks. So you usually see an over front with the end over the tight end. You have a 3 technique, a 1 technique, a 5 here, a corner locked up, a corner locked up. We're playing man here across the board on each receiver. Then we'll usually have the Sam, depending on the front. Right now we're in the over, so we'll have the Sam usually bumped out wide in a leverage position. Your Mike in the opening gap here, A gap. Your Will in that opening B gap. Your free safety will be here. Your strong safety will be here. Now, depending on the coverage is where the safety rolls down. Normally what you get is this in a cover one. You see 3 linebackers, usually in a 7-man box. It's usually these 3 linebackers versus these 2 run threats. So now you'll usually see something called a Reggie, okay? You could say a Reggie, you could say IO, you could say swap. Different terminology that is used within this front by these backers. Usually when you get a cover one, you want to cover all eligible wide receivers or all eligible receivers to catch the ball. So that means that corner's covering this receiver here, this corner's covering this Z receiver here, meaning these 2 safeties have to work on the next eligible receiver, meaning that next eligible receiver is this tight end. Okay, so since that next eligible receiver is the tight end, this safety is responsible for that tight end. So what does that mean for the safety, the Mike, and the Will? You have a 3-man surface on the defensive side. These 3 players need to work together to stop these 2 players. So usually what you'll see is a Reggie technique or an IO technique where these guys are working together in order to cover these 2. So for example, if both backs flow this way, the Will pick up the back, the Mike will move to pick up the back, the Sam will become the low hole player, vice versa. If both backs flow this way, the Sam will come to fill, the Mike will come to fill, the Will become the low hole player, or meaning the free player in any type of pass concept. So that's important to know, that's important to understand. Now, where does the secondary come in? Okay, when we go back into our 21 personnel look, with the tight end at home, quarterback under center, and a true I formation, we're looking at the front. What we now understand is we have our overhang player with the Sam, our Mike, our Will. Here's our free and our strong. Our free is now responsible for the number 2 receiver strong, which is the tight end, freeing up my Sam, my Mike, and my Will to play the running back. So it's these 3 defenders at the linebacker spot playing these 2 defenders, meaning my safety has to rotate to the middle of the field as my strong safety rolls down to play the Y. Why is that important? It's important because cover one, the Y, is built to stop run. But most importantly, what you're saying in cover one is that my corners are better than your receivers, and we have the matchup that we want in the secondary in order to play man. So we get a free safety in the middle of the field. We have our strong safety playing down at the tight end position, playing man-to-man, playing outside leverage, giving us a unblocked player in case of any run play, but also allowing us to be strong on any type of pass, any out, vertical, over route, whatever that may be. So now when you look at the essence of cover one and how we want to be able to stop any type of particular threat in cover one, this is the breakdown. So now we ID 21 personnel. What if they come out in a 2 tight end set? Okay. So now if we're looking at a 2 tight end set in the cover one look, we're here, and mostly they call this 22 personnel. Okay. So say if they give us a 22 personnel look with 2 backs and 1 wide receiver, what you still do is you still set the strength strong. Now what you want to do is you want to bump your Sam. So now your Sam becomes your A-gap player. Your Will becomes your weak side, or excuse me, your Mike becomes your weak side B player, and your Will walks down on the line to create more of an underfront. Okay? So now what you do in this element right here, you have your corner here. You still have your free safety who aligns high. You have your corner there, and now you have your safety walk down into the box, your strong safety. Still creating an 8-man box in order to stop the run with the responsibility on the tight end. Corner's locked here, corner's locked on that tight end, and it still gives me a free safety high. So now what we're doing is we're still working 1, 2, and 3 against 2 run defenders. If this tight end blocks, you still add an extra unblocked defender into the run game. So this is the beauty of cover 1. Cover 1 is a 7-man box with the ability to convert to an 8-man box. That's why it's key. Now, the question is this. You got to understand in cover 1 that we're playing man-to-man coverage. What if they come out in a 20 personnel set, meaning 2 backs, no tight ends? So now we're looking at the receiver position. We have a 2-back set. Okay. Let's just call that the Y. We got here. So now we still set the strength strong. We still set the strength strong. Okay. We have our Sam in the apex. We have our Mike, our Will, our free, and our strong. Now we're still playing man here. We're still responsible for these 3 defenders, for these 2 backs. We're strong there, man to man, and then our safety is playing man to man. These are the key elements of cover 1 when we talk about keeping a 7-man box, keeping 3 defenders on 2, and then allowing our guys to be able to match up man to man as necessary with the safety rolling to the middle. Cover 1 is used to give us a strong run front, but it's also saying that we are better in man-to-man than you are with your wide receivers in a matchup scenario. So cover 1 is key to keeping a 7 to 8-man box, but allowing us to have a free safety and then a low hole player depending on the formation in order to stop that. So this is the breakdown of cover 1 in our Whiteboard Wednesday setting. I hope you guys got some value. Make sure you guys give us a follow, leave a comment on what you want us to break down.